So I decided to quit social media for a month. Now this might seem a little bit odd because Buff Dudes is an online and social media business. I mean, we owe a lot to the advent of social media and have to say it's been the main reason for our success. Over the years, releasing many different workout programs, apparel, and a cookbook, and now just recently we came out with a new hypertrophy program. But as with anything good, there can be drawbacks. I've noticed myself wasting countless hours using various social media platforms. I could be watching TV, lying in bed, on the toilet, or even when I'm working, I'll jump on and browse until I snap out of some kind of social media induced trance. Now phones do have a cool feature which shows the total screen time you've accumulated, and I have to say, when I looked into that and saw what mine was, I was very shocked. So I wanted to challenge myself to completely cut off any social media usage for a full month to see how productive I could be, how it would affect my sleep, and how it might change my mood. And I was a bit surprised at the outcome. Doing many challenges over the years, I realized the first week is going to be a struggle. I really focused on trying to break the habit. Instead of jumping on my phone when waking up like I normally do, I went right into my morning routine, knowing that if I kept busy, I won't be tempted to get on social media. But I couldn't shake the feeling of wanting to hop on my phone while I was eating my breakfast to pass the time. I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? It's just a few minutes while I eat. I mean, I'm not wasting any time because I'm eating breakfast at the same time. Now, these are a few thoughts going through my head, which I know is just me trying to justify a bad habit. So in order to fully commit, I decided it's best to delete all my social media apps. So it's the end of week one, and I already find myself having more time throughout the day and being more productive. When I have free time, instead of jumping on my phone like I normally do, I find other things to do to keep me busy, like reading a book, cleaning the house, or having actual human interaction. I'm also finding my mood being overall more positive and energetic, which isn't really a surprise there, because as we know, a big chunk of social media is a complete vapid black hole of soul-sucking, energy-wasting garbage. So, all in all, I would have to say it's been going pretty good so far. It is week 2 now, and we are in the final stages of finishing our new hypertrophy program. Now, I committed to a no social media challenge, but I thought this would be a perfect opportunity since I have a lot of extra time on my hands to take on another challenge, learning to draw. Now, to give a little history, we always include lots of art in our programs and have commissioned many amazing artists over the years. Being fans of comics, anime, and cartoons, we always try to find a way to implement art into anything we do. So I thought it might be fun if I tried to do the art myself. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or a complete disaster, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Now, normally when I want to learn something, I'll hop on YouTube and start watching some tutorials, which I feel like that's one of YouTube's strengths, but since that's not available, I gotta go the old school route. I'm gonna be hopping online and buying a bunch of art books. So the books just came in the mail, it's time to get to work. Okay, now full disclosure, I have some experience in art, so I'm not starting from scratch, but I haven't practiced in years, and I need to have 8 pieces of art finished for the hypertrophy plan, including the cover art, in 1 week. Now, I invested in some books, but I also made a huge investment in a tablet, which I do need to say, it's not a fancy tablet or computer that's gonna make you a good artist, but it is something I will use a lot, and it'll help motivate me to practice and create more. Now, I've always had a passion for art, but never really fully committed to it. And being self-taught, I've always looked at other artists on social media for motivation, but found myself spending more and more time watching videos and looking at art thinking that would make me better. But in reality, it's the time you put into doing it, not watching others do it, that will make you better. So it is currently 1 a.m. now at the beginning of week 3, and I happen to get 7 pieces of artwork done. Now, to a professional artist, that might not seem like a lot, but to me, it's been a massive undertaking. And I have to say, I probably wouldn't have been this productive if I would have had the distraction of social media. But I still have one big piece left, and that's going to be the cover art. Now, the problem is we have to get all this done and shipped off to the printing press by Wednesday, so that doesn't really give me a big window, and I'm starting to get a little nervous if I can do this or not. It took me a while to come up with the concept, but it all came together when I found inspiration from the Ghost in the Shell poster art in Weapon X. But now it was all about putting what was in my mind into a piece of art. Hours and hours later, it finally started to take form, and with the deadline rapidly approaching, I finally finished. I did it. It's time to get this sent off and printed.
This has been a long time coming. We're here at Minuteman Press with Renee. Renee has been printing our books for 7 years now, which is wild, and it has been amazing because we really like the physical products. This new book is going to be no different, but we have never seen it actually happen. So we're gonna see how the hot dogs are made with Renee. She's gonna give us a tour, and you as well.
It was a bit of an emotional moment seeing how our hard work all came together. And as Renee gave us a tour of the facility and we got an up-close look on how our books are made, it reminded me of how far we've come. Social media, like anything, has evolved and changed over time, for better and for worse. But because of social media, we've been able to reach so many people around the world. And in fact, my brother met his wife Aga through what we do on social media, and I met Michaela, so it's not all that bad. And I realize the irony as I make this video about quitting social media for a month only to shoot content about me not being on social media to post on social media. But that's where the real lesson lies for me. I learned throughout these 30 days that there are real benefits like sharing experiences, education, and entertainment to a wide range of people around the world. But there is a dark side of that, and it's the rat race of likes, views, and fame, and in the end, none of that really matters. I mean, after all, we're only on this earth for a short time, and I don't want to look back on my life and realize I spent most of it watching other people living theirs online. So moving forward, I plan on limiting my time in the digital realm and instead prioritize real-world human interactions, experiences, and making memories with the ones I love. So thanks for watching, and stay buff.